Cheer. And, and it's going down. I know it took a while, but it was no turning back. We do this thing, you know where we at. It's the daily go get Mism show. You think it ain't when it is? You think it won't when it is? We are here and we are in motion. We do this thing, taking off fast lane, no coasting. Y'all know what it is, man. Here's the Daily Go Get Mism show. Flashback Friday. Thank God it's Friday and we are all up in your area, live and direct. And we're gonna do the damn thing tonight. Tonight we talk about the difference between when you divide and when you separate. The difference between when you separate and when you divide. See, there are two things those are two words that involve a similar meaning. But when you really get into it, one is a little bit different than the other because one makes you feel different than the other one does. And the circumstances that might bring one along are different than the other one that may come along with the word of the same name. So we're gonna get into it. I'm your host, Sun752, aka Omad, with the separating and dividing and separating and dividing and separating. We're gonna do this thing, and it's never second rate. Word. What's going on, my brother Ansel Jones, all up in the house? T carry right morning, noon, and night. It's good to have my peoples going right in your side. Yeah, you know it's no doubt. And my brother from another mother, Norris Hill. You know how we sit back, relax, and chill. Charlene Curry. Charlene Curry. What's going on, Charlene? How you feeling, Charlene? Good to see me, some you know that it. How we do? Everything is all right. Stacy White, hold it down for the D. I see you, you see me. We gonna make this thing the hot thing, do this thing work. So, what do y'all think when you separate from somebody or when you divide some people? I need y'all to understand where we're going with this thing. Separation and dividing can be a little bit different. Those of y'all who have been married more than once or married once and maybe have plans to do it again or not, y'all know y'all may have a clear definition and understanding about the difference between separating and dividing. When you separate for somebody, normally that's your decision. Like, well, you know what? This person and that person don't get along, so let's keep them separated. But then again, you could say we're going to divide them. But when you divide people, there's normally a motive involved. And a lot of times it can be a sinister motive. A lot of times it's not a good thing. Got a little surprise for y'all coming, you know what I'm saying, in a little bit. We got a little surprise. It's a surprise. Hey, yo. So, yeah, let's get into this thing. Urban Therapy with Sun752. With this your daily, the daily go get mism show. We do this every single day, every day it rains, and the DG will do the same. We break it down, baby. Every day it rains, and the DG will do the same. Every day it rains and the DG will do the same. Every day it rains and the DG will do the same. Every day it rains and the DG will do the same. I'm your host, Sun752, aka Omad with the. And if you can't say Omad with the. Well, then you just say Omar with the Arts, the Daily Go Get Mism show, all up in your area. And we are talking about separating, or the difference between separating and dividing. What do you know? The difference between separating and dividing. Have you ever had a separation? Have you ever been married? Have you ever been in a relationship, a strong, committed relationship, and the relationship starts to break down and y'all have to take a little break from each other? When you have to take a little break from each other, that could classify or qualify as a separation. You know, this may just be the man in me talking, you know what I mean? Because a lot of women don't like to look at it that way, this way. But I feel like when you have a marriage of the mind, then that's as good as a marriage that's on paper. The marriage that's on paper, in my opinion, is for the state. That's for everybody else to respect. But the marriage of the mind is something that the state nor anybody else that is an onlooker can touch, can understand. And they don't even have to agree. You feel it in your heart. And what's stronger than something that you feel in your heart? But when your heart is hurting because of the inability for you to be able to get along with somebody, for the inability of you to be able to develop a cohesive relationship and unit with somebody, it's gonna make your heart hurt. It's gonna hurt your feelings. It's gonna make you feel some type of way. And sometimes you may feel like, well, maybe he or she or we need a little bit of space. Maybe we need some time to enjoy other things so we can learn to enjoy each other. So maybe we need to separate temporarily, and then you may have a separation. You look, you go ahead and do your thing. I'm gonna go ahead and do my thing. And if it's meant to be, we're gonna come back together and get this thing right. Me and you, baby. Me and you. It's just me and you. Oh, baby. So, but it can be a hurting thing. It can be one of those things that really, really pulls at your heartstrings and make you feel bad. Many people try to stay in a situation without trying a separation because they think that, listen, first of all, two people that really love and care for each other should be able to work it out no matter what the situation. Some people feel that way. No, ain't gonna be no separating, ain't gonna be no dividing. What we're gonna do is we're gonna be like grown men and women, and we're gonna stick this thing out. We're gonna find a way to make it work. We're gonna stay in here until we can't take it no more. But when you separate, you have already done that. You did it to death, and you did it until it's dying, and it is dying. So you may need a separation, a breather, a temporary siesta, an oasis to be able to get the emotional glue to put the band back together again. What's going on? Cherry, it's Cinderella, Dana Dane. Well, it's the woman Dana Dane with fame. It's Cinderella, Dana Dane. Well, it's the woman Dana Dane with fame. What's going on, Dana Dane? How you feeling, man? It's good to see me some you. All up in your air. So the difference between separating and dividing, let's get into it. Let's get all the way into it. Let's not play around with this thing. When you separate from somebody, like I said, a lot of times it's a voluntary thing. It's something that you actually agree to. Even if you don't agree that it's the best plan of action to take. Normally, when you separate from somebody and you can actually say the word separate, you have come to an understanding or some type of agreement, even if it's like begrudging. Like, you probably only want to do this so you won't feel bad about messing around with other girls or other men, whatever. But it might actually be the last straw or the last stand that you have as an alternative to actually separating for good, breaking up, terminating the love, the bond, the situation that you have. So you might say, well, you know what? All right, I don't really want to do this. And I don't think that it's a good idea in the long run, because trust is going to be an issue. When you, I mean, think about it. When you come together, trust is an issue. And when you separate in order to try to get back together, trust is going to have to be an issue too. Because you're going to have to trust that somebody isn't separating from you so they can go be with somebody else. And you have to trust that that's not what they want to do, or that that's not what they're doing already. You know, you're going to have to trust that they're not just making this announcement to let you know what was already in full and total absolute effect. What's going on, Sucre, je toi, Sucre, JTX, all up in the house. Secret, je tout. So yeah, so a separation can be a good thing. Now I have a few questions I want to ask y'all. I'm going to need y'all to be active in the chat. I'm gonna need y'all to be active because I'm going to ask questions and they need to be answered. Who can keep the average dancer hyper than a heart attack? Nobody's smiling. All right, so check it out. Okay, so clear. Okay, that's good. That's good. That's good. So peep game. So check it out. So feel me on this. So dig me. You can separate a family. Let's say it's a case of a divorce. Now, let's say when you and your spouse got together, you had kids, they had kids. Maybe they had full custody of their kids. Maybe you had partial custody of your kids. Like maybe you had one, but maybe you have another two that come through or whatever, but you don't have full custody of them. You have kids by multiple mothers or fathers or whatever the case may be. But you and your wife or you and your husband, y'all get together and y'all put y'all kids together. It's a blended family. Y'all did it carefully. Y'all did it in a healthy way because life ain't a Brady Bunch move. In Brady Bunch, they never had no problems. They was calling each other brother and sister right off the gate. That's not really, I don't know how they do it in white families. But in black families, we ain't going to be jumping off with that brother and sister right off the gate shit. We don't know who is in the incest. We don't know who is too touchy feely. We don't know who pee in the bed. We don't know who mother or father ain't, or some other. We just don't know. So we normally give it a little bit of time. What's up, my man Larry Edwards? What's going on, my brother? But yeah, so let's say you and your spouse get together, y'all blend your families, and y'all together for a good minute. Whatever you consider a good minute for a family to be in. But I'm talking about y'all married. Y'all did it. Y'all went and did the whole thing. Or maybe you didn't. It doesn't really matter. Y'all had a marriage of the minds, whatever the case may be. Y'all was together years. So your kids had a chance to pretty much grow up with each other because they were young when they were together. Maybe some of the kids were almost the same age. Y'all was able to work it out. Y'all was able to work things out. So, I don't know, 7, 8 years down the line, you and your spouse, you and your man or your woman ain't working out. Ain't working out. Like, yo, this is it's over. It is OVER. It is OVA. I'm talking about female reproductive system. It is over. So now here's the thing. You and your spouse are about to be separated, but now your kids have to go with you. Her or his kids have to go with him. The real problem is that her kids love him and his kids love her because y'all worked it out. Y'all did it right. But now you and her or you and him can't get it together no more. It's over. And the kids have to go with their biological parents. Have those kids been separated or have they been divided? That's the question I have for y'all. If spouses separate and they break up the family, my biological kids are coming with me. Your biological kids are going with you. They can still see each other, hang out with each other, go to the movies, do all of those things. They still like each other. They still love each other. They still consider each other brothers and sisters because they are. But now it's time to do this. Maybe they didn't do an adoption thing. Have those children been separated or have they been divided? What has happened here? Come on, I need answers. I need answers. Give me some answers. I need some answers, y'all. Have the children been separated or have they been divided? Well, I know that you might feel like, well, basically they've been both, but no, they really haven't been both, or they kind of have, but they haven't. Like they have, but then they haven't. I'm going to put it out there. I feel like the children. Hold on, let me see what Sucre Jatois has to say. And what's up, Love Haven? What's going on, Ma? Good to see me. Some you. She says separated if they still maintain a relationship between the children. You say they've been separated. So the parents have been separated and the children have been separated. Okay. Interesting that you would use the word separated to describe what happened. If I may ask, what's the reason that you consider them to be separated? Is it because they can get back together? Because I'm talking about a situation where the parents are getting divorced. They're not going to get back together. That's what's not going to happen. So are we looking at being separated as a softer approach to division? Are we looking at that as more of a voluntary thing like I was talking about earlier? Is separation softer, easier, less taxing on the heart than being divided? I'm going to tell you, okay. Carol Chamberlain says divided. Okay. Stacey White says no marriage has strong relationships. Okay. That's good enough for me. Ansel Jones says divide is something you fought against. Divide is something you fought against. Okay. All right. Okay. I'm going to come back to this example. What's up, Mona Garris? How you feeling, Ma? It's good to see me some you. Mo is all up in the place. I have another example. I'm going to come back to this example, though, because I think we really need to explore the example. In the meantime, make sure that y'all hit that like button, y'all. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. I said, hit the like button. Share the show and subscribe to the channel. Yo, I said, hit the like button. I said, hit the like button. I said, hit the like button and share the show and subscribe to the channel. I said, hit the like button. 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 Hit the like button, share the show, and subscribe to the channel. Yo, hit the like button. 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 Hit the like button, share the show, and subscribe to the channel. Yo, share the show, and subscribe to the channel. Yo, share the show, and subscribe to the channel. Share the show. Okay. Cherry. The parents are separated, but kids are divided because there is no choice for children. Oh, shit. Oh, interesting point. I'm gonna read that again. The parents are separated, but kids are divided because there is no choice for children. I like that. Let me ask you this then, Dana Dane. What if the children got so close to the other parent, not the biological parent? What if one or more of the children got so close to the non-biological parent in this marriage that they was like, no, I want to go with daddy, or I want to go with my mom? Because maybe when they were so young when mommy and daddy got together that really they've been raised by that mother or that father. And what if one or both of the parents agree to it? Like, this is unorthodox. But if you agree to it, I'll let them stay with you. You are their father, technically, because you raised them. They was infants, 1 or 2 years old when we got together. And here they are, 8, 9 years old. They want to go with you instead of me. It hurt my heart, but if you agree to it, I know you'll take care of them. You've been nothing but good to them from the beginning. I'll let you have custody of them, and I'll keep this one. So you can have these two or that one, and whatever, however it goes. You know what I'm saying? Now, is that a division? Is that a divide, or is that a separation where the kids did have a choice? Dana, does that make it more of a separation? Does that solidify it as being a separation? Or is there more to it? Like, what if one of the kids wanted to go with the non-biological parent on some malicious shit? Like, I think my mom or I think my dad was wrong in this relationship and shit, and they the reason that we divide, and that's why I want to go with the other one. Or what if one of the parents was talking shit? What if one of the parents is willing to separate, but they also are pretty immature as far as setting a decent example for the children is concerned? So they talking down about the other parent. You know how some parents during a divorce, they might talk down to about the other parent. Like, the only reason we ain't make it because your dad was fucking around with the lady from around the corner. Y'all seen him. Now, are you separating the children or are you dividing them? Does dividing somebody usually involve malicious intent or malicious actions? Let me see. Okay, wait. Oh, fuck. All right, we got to do the damn thing. I can't see these shits. Oh, goddamn, no. I don't want to see you. Okay. They live separately, but they still have a relationship because of the children. Okay. Neither suggests permanent. Okay. My cuz, 10 feet tall, Var Wilk. What's up, my brother? It's good to see me some you. Ooh, 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 ooh. And I thank you for coming through. Ooh, 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 ooh. All right. Sucre Jutois says, divide can involve a disagreement, and it does. And we're going to get into examples of dividing and division and a lot of things that may entail. And what's going on? Barbara Hill, C say Bobby C say is all up in the house. How you feeling? All right. Ansel Jones, wait. Carol Chamberlain says, unfair to the children. They are forced to choose. We all got to choose sometimes, Carol. Carol, we all got to choose sometimes. We can't all the time. We can't all the time not have, things be our way all the time. Because sometimes, God makes the choice for us. You believe in God? I hope you believe in God, Carol. You know what I'm saying? You believe it? Good. I hope you do. You believe in God? I believe in God. I do. You might have thought I do. And that's why I have a tambourine. Do you have a tambourine? Probably not. Why? You know why? Because you're not holy as me. But the question is, do you believe in God? Do you have a God? Do you have a devil? Huh? Is money your God? Is it? Is it? Praise the Lord. Praise the Lord. Praise the Lord. Praise the Lord. We all got to choose sometimes, Cat. We all gotta choose sometimes, Cat. All right. Too heavy to put on the children. Ansel Jones says, keep this one. Sounds like you're trading physical objects. Okay. Good Lord. Yo, niggas. Okay, you need a seat. All right. Here, sit on the joint. I mean, you ain't got no. You're gonna be sitting too low if you sit here. You know what I mean? Yeah, you got it. Yeah, you're gonna have to sit on this. Wait. You gotta pull it over here. So you gotta be on camera. Come on. Okay. Be careful. All right. This is my co-host for the night. You know what I mean? My big sis, Darby Dita McIntyre. God. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? My big sis, my first love. So she in here. She wasn't supposed to be here, but she here. Here, move a little closer. I gotta get you in the Instagram. Get in, move until you over on the Instagram. All right. Yeah, I mean. All right, so she gonna yeah. Put your mask on. You need to put your mask on. The hell? No, I'm serious. You can't wear a mask on the show. No, you crazy? You just gonna have to. You gonna have to die for this one. Did you get the shot?
Yeah, one.
Oh, you cool. I ain't get none. All right, so all right, so you can get in on this. You know what I mean? Pull up the microphone. You know what I mean? You pull the motherfucking microphone. You know, you get the microphone. You know what I'm saying? Put the mic. You know, you gotta get on the mic. Get the mic. You know, get the mic. You see the microphone. You can get the microphone. You know what I mean? Get the motherfucking microphone. You know what I'm saying? You feeling that? You good? You good? You good? All right. So, you good? All right. So, what do you think? And the example, you heard the examples that I was giving?
I did.
Okay. So, in a situation like that, where two people are married and they have children, they had children of their own, biological children of their own, and they blended the families, but now they're separating. And the biological children have to go with their biological parents, even though they love the non-biological parent because they may have raised them, been there, did everything for them, and they may have been the only parent that they knew. Do you consider that to be separating the children or dividing the children?
I agree with Carol.
Separating. Okay. All right. So.
Hi, Carol. Barb. Where's Annette? Annette.
No. Don't call out people until you see them on the CC. See there? Those are the people that are here. You don't call people that ain't here.
Sorry.
There are no ghost friends here.
I thought I saw her.
Okay. So anyway, so yeah. So I think that it could be looked at one way.
Question. Where am I supposed to be looking?
The camera up there.
Oh, okay.
But the Instagram phone camera is right there.
Okay.
So you boom. Look, she calling out my set and everything like that. You know what I mean? At the logistics and shit. All right. Okay, so we can read the comments. So hold on.
It would be nice if I could see though.
Cherry says, I believe if the children had a choice, then it's not a divide. Okay. Charlene Curry says, my children are staying with me. Okay. You like, I ain't no way. I don't care what my husband did for him. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, you can buy all the PlayStation 5s and, you know what I'm saying, hopscotch and hula hoops. Nah. These mines. I carried them for 9 months. These mines. Okay. Mona Garrett says, when you make the kids choose, it's the parents' way to be petty towards the other, not realizing they are traumatizing the kids. I definitely agree with that. When parents act irresponsibly towards each other and they're not they're not taking the children into consideration as far as giving them the opportunity to see what a healthy separation is. You know, they may have already cheated them out of being able to see what a healthy relationship between a man and a woman are. At some point that broke down, but I think they also need to see what a healthy separation looks like. You understand what I mean? So since this is kind of personal, when mommy and daddy separated, right? You remember how crazy that was. So, but there wasn't, you know, in the bitter end, it wasn't any yelling and screaming and none of that shit. But would you consider how they ultimately separated to have been a healthy separation, or did you consider it to be a little dramatic?
Well, I think for me it was dramatic. For you it was dramatic. And probably for them it was dramatic. But we didn't see a lot of that.
Right.
We didn't see a lot of their drama, but I'm sure there was a lot of underlying drama.
Okay.
It was hard. But
do you consider how they handled it with the children who were us? Do you consider them to have handled that in a healthy way? They tried. Okay. They did their best. Yeah. I
honestly,
I think they did a pretty good job.
Yeah.
Considering, I tell you what, and this is just my personal opinion, I consider their breakup to be much healthier than their marriage was. Because, you know, when they was actually together, I ain't gonna front. I don't remember any really good times. You know what I'm saying?
None.
I mean, it depends on how you look at it. I know what I saw, and I remember that tension. Remember, I lived on the 3rd floor with them. You know, so you know what I'm saying? But I mean, in terms of, you know, you can put on a good face. It wasn't like they was at each other's throats all the time, but you can feel that undercurrent. Like, you know, it's either real or Memorex with me. And to me, it was a lot of Memorex. You know, I mean, mommy outright told us, you know, she was willing to stay together for the kids. I'm like, nah, don't do that for us. You know what I mean? Because ultimately, that's going to make things worse and worse. You know what I mean? Because daddy had the ability to be trifling as fuck, and it was only going to get worse. You know, once he would have got like been like a caged animal, like, oh, I got to be here. All right. Good luck. I mean, it is what it is. I'm not trying to say that he's a bad person, but I don't think that it can be denied that he's probably a much better father than he was a husband. So, I mean,
I was surprised that you peeped that, but okay, because I know that they were moving towards separation when we were at grandma's.
I remember
that summer.
Can you imagine what that shit was like?
No.
We came home. He's sleeping upstairs. I mean, he's sleeping downstairs. She's sleeping upstairs.
You remember that? See, I don't even remember that.
I don't know how you remember. He's checked our homework. We had to go down to his room to get our homework checked. I remember thinking like, yo, this is the bullshit right here. This is the bullshit. This is the bullshit.
I remember that. Man.
Move the mic down. Are we good now? Was it in the way? The mic should be good. Oh, move the mic down. Oh, she probably means that it was covering me too much. All right, I can put it down even farther. Put it down a little farther. Put it down a little farther. There you go. As long as we can still hear. We good. So, but yeah. So they definitely, I think they did a pretty decent job at separating. And I think that, not all of us stayed with mommy. So, you know, we were separated from him, but we've never been divided from him. Now, I think in a situation where if she talked down about him a lot, and to be honest with you, I think it would have been justifiable. You know what I mean? If she would have gotten her feelings like that, but she resisted it. But we could have been divided from him if it had become a situation where it was like, nah, we we ain't getting together like that no more, or you call before you come over here, or I'm changing the locks, that type of thing. It could have got very divisional. It could have got very divisional.
You can read that.
What, on the Instagram, John?
Uh-huh.
It's hard from this angle now. I can read it because I got the good glasses. You can't
I
see.
left my good glasses.
Hold on. Try these. That not work.
I can't see. I really can't see shit.
Oh, okay, good.
I can't see shit.
All right. So So Sucre Jetois says, okay. She said it's in your face. Okay, okay, I got it. We have a call on the line. Caller with the last number is 8125. I'm going to bring you on the line in just a second. And everybody else, I want you to know that y'all can call in. You call in, give y'all 2 cents. So now we have 2 eyes, sort of. We got like an eye and a half on the chat. So we will be reading y'all chats too. So, but if y'all want to call into the show, call 319-527-6199. Once again, the number to call is area code 319-527-6199. Press number 1, and that will let us know that you would like to speak, and then we will call you out by the last 4 digits of your telephone number. You can rock on and do the damn thing. Now, this is my big sis, Darby, Terrence Trent, and she like not my whole sister. We like half brothers and half sister, because she like the brother I never had, but the one I still got. I said, I gotta give it to you. You look like a girl today. Yes. What a sissy. All right. So all right. So caller with the last number is 8125. Welcome to the Daily Go Getimism Show. Thank you for holding. What's on your mind this evening?
If they don't do a relationship in which the kids and the parents stay together, but there's either an undercurrent of tension, separation of the families, and the mothers and fathers can't get along.
Okay. Now, the topic of discussion tonight is the difference between separating and dividing. So we're trying to discern and the differences between when you separate from somebody and when you are divided from that you are separating from. But when somebody else, when a third party separates you, it could be seen as a division. Like, for example, in politics, in politics, I don't think that politicians seek to separate people. I think that they often seek to divide people. Now, even some politicians who claim to want to bring people together, they may do a bunch of divisional tactics. Like, in my opinion, when Donald Trump was president, he did a lot of things to divide people. I mean, his supporters don't. Great example. They'll say that he didn't do that, but he clearly did. He clearly drew a line in the sand by a lot of things that he did, and especially the things that he said. But that was, to me, that was clear division. That wasn't in that division. He separated people also. But I think when you divide someone, then you have a clear intention to do something a little bit more sinister, a little bit more malicious. Do you agree with that, or do you have a different opinion?
Yeah, I think it's just a parsing of words. I know what you're talking about because the word divide has often been used in the mainstream media. And it usually refers to the mindset that people have from one versus another. One particular group would be against or versus another group. But when you're separating people, either physically or because of philosophical ideals, it's still a separation. It's still a divide. So as far as I'm concerned, it's just the use of the word by the mainstream media. It's just a parsing of words. Separation and division is one and the same.
Okay, but we're talking about the division, the difference between the two. We know that they involve many of the same components, but whether you divide or separate gives you a different feeling about it. I don't know if you were listening to the show earlier when we were talking about when we were talking
Yeah,
about.
I listened for about 5 minutes, before you put me on. So
Yeah.
like I said, I know the point you're getting to. Me, it's just a parsing of words. If you divide up children or separate children from their parents, they're still divided, they're still separated. So it's just one. Separate means divide. In the instances that you're talking about, it's synonymous.
You sure about that?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, your opinion is your opinion. So you're saying and there aren't any circumstances where you can see a difference between separation and dividing.
No. If you separate anything that's in a box, you put one side to the left, one side to the right, they're still divided, they're still separated. If you take kids away from their parents, they're still separated from the parents, they have been divided. Again, the words are just synonymous. They may be used in the same context, but in different situations. So no, I'll bet if somebody took a look up on separation and division in the dictionary or in thesaurus, they would have the same meaning.
Oh yeah.
So to me, it's the same.
Okay.
Mhm.
Well, when you were in fourth grade, did you learn in math class long division or long separation?
Long division.
Okay. Well, that sounds like an area where division and separation may be a little bit different. And if we have that type of
Same thing with long.
Long what?
When you have long multiplication, it's still separating.
There's no such thing as long multiplication. Wait a minute, sir. There's no such thing as long multiplication.
Exactly.
But there is a such thing. Wait. But there is a such thing as long division. There's no such thing as long subtraction. There's no such thing as long addition.
Exactly right. There's no such thing.
But there is a such thing as long division. So that's clearly an example.
What I'm trying to get.
Oh, did you have a point that you wanted to make?
Mm-hmm. The long division
Mm-hmm.
is a term in and of itself, which is a mathematical term.
Well,
But
you
division,
said
do you use the term long division? Do you use the term long division when you're talking about separating children from parents? No, because it doesn't apply.
Well, what you said was that if I got a thesaurus and I looked up the words separate and divide, then they would be the same. Well, I think that example that I gave you means that there would be some differences. And so when you have more than one, when you have other words that are synonymous, with a word.
Example.
Huh?
You gave a mathematical example using the term long division. It's two words to equal one term.
Okay.
To equal a mathematical example. It is not a normal everyday example. It's a specific example, so it doesn't apply.
You sure? Because
pretty sure, yeah.
Because the root word for division is divide. And the title of this show is The Difference Between.
Well, there you go. You just explained your contradiction.
It's not a contradiction. I'm talking about things that actually support what I'm talking about.
It doesn't support it. It actually goes against it. If
Well,
you say the root term for divide
mm-hmm.
is the root term for separate is divide, it's synonymous then.
Well, the root word for separation is separate. The root word for division is divide. The title of this show is The Difference Between Separating and Dividing. I think that there's a clear difference between, I wouldn't say a clear difference, but I think that there is a difference and definitely can be a difference between separating people and dividing people. Like I may separate people for a positive reason. Like I don't have enough room on this bus for all of these 75 people. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take 35 and put them on one bus and 35 and put them on another bus. Now you could say that you didn't separate them, you divided them. Now I could divide them. I can divide them, but maybe I said, maybe in dividing them, I did this. I said, well, you know what? We have 70 people here. Guess what? 35 of them are black and 35 of them are white. So guess what I'm going to do? I can't fit them all on one bus. So I'm going to take all of the 35 white people and put them on this bus and take all of the 35 black people and put them on this bus. Now, sure, I've separated them, but guess what I've really done?
Divided them.
I'm just saying.
If you've already separated them and then they've already divided them at the same time,
Okay.
it's an identification. In other words, separation equals division.
Okay. Well, look, we don't. One thing about this show is that I'll never force anybody to agree with me. I like to throw ideas out there. Ideas matter, and ideas creep back up on you later on. I'm definitely a witness to that. But you know what? I don't think that I gave you a fair chance to say what you wanted to say initially. I didn't mean to. Oh, he left. He go bye. I hope he no mad at me. You mad at me? I hope he no mad at me. You think he mad? You think he mad? He might be mad. He probably say, yo, why you gotta talk to me like that? You know, ain't no such thing as no long separation. I ain't never seen no long. You see no long fraction? You ever had a long fraction? I ain't never had no long fraction. You had a long decimal? I didn't learn no long decimal, but it's all good. It's all good. Listen, my bad. I don't want to discourage people from calling in. If you would like to call into the show, the number to call is area code 319-527-6199. 319-527-6199. It's the Daily Go Getimism Show. We are talking about the difference between separating and dividing.
It sounds like the separation part is more negative. No, the dividing part is the negative. And the division is more towards, working things out, compromise, to me.
Yeah, I agree. Now, like what he was saying, I can see his perspective of how he can feel like they're one and the same. Mm-hmm. But just like all words in a dictionary, they have more than one meaning. And sometimes those more than one meanings can blend together, because they have a lot of the same components. Yeah. So
he said they were synonymous.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think?
In many ways they are. But I asked him, do they make you feel the same way?
No.
You know what I mean? The feel. Just like I said, when you have all white people on one bus because you're going on a trip to the same place and all black people on the other bus, I don't think that you can amicably say that you separated them. You can do it for your own edification, so it doesn't look like you had any mal intent. But that you just divided them. You're not giving them a chance to interact with each other, to trade cultural differences nor similarities. You're not giving them a chance to come together. You're not giving them a chance to blend. You're not giving them a chance to grow with each other, and you're not even giving them a chance to see what those conversations would be like to break the ice. That is a clear division, and that's one thing that we have in this country that a lot of people want to keep going because it's the old way, but they don't want to divide for positive reasons. They want to divide for reasons of power and reasons of a negative history and things like that. And it's really not acceptable. It's not even acceptable. It's not even acceptable. Niggas gotta stop that bullshit. They gotta stop that bullshit. Okay. Now, all we up here, it says, or Shirley Cheryl, the world's most precious and greatest pearl in the world, say, hey there, Dita. It's great to see your face in the place. T. Carrie Wright says,
everybody.
Too many times a parent will behave as if the children are property. If both parents are capable of providing a safe and happy home, then a compromise should be reached. What do you think about that? What you think?
Could you read that again? I can't.
All right.
Sing.
It says too many times. Listen,
Oh.
too many times a parent will behave irresponsibly.
Uh-huh.
I mean, but behave as if the children are property. If both parents are capable of providing a safe and happy home, then a compromise should be reached. Did you hear me? Can you hear me?
I hear you.
All right.
My ear hole.
So what do you think about that?
Yeah.
Okay. Carol Chamberlain says, yes, give Dita the chair. You sit on the other side. She's a special guest.
I can't.
I want you to be quiet. I want you to be quiet. All right. Okay. So let's come down a little bit. Narcille says, for me, the mindset determines how one distinguishes separation and division. I agree with that. I totally agree with that. I agree with that. Okay. All right. Ansel Jones says, grrr, here we go again, DMX voice.
What y'all really want from a nigga?
Yeah. All right. Okay. TK, right. Also said dividing can sometimes outline someone's intentions. Okay. Ansel Jones says when someone gets fired, the boss doesn't say, we're going to divide you from the child. Yo, Ansel.
Right.
Yo, that is true as hell. You know what I mean? Yeah.
From the premises.
Yo, call security. Security straight lace. Listen, we will mail you. Clean out that desk. You out of here.
In fact, we'll send you your shit.
You know what I mean? It's turning that cell phone,
right.
That laptop. You know what I mean? You ain't gonna get a chance to wipe that shit clean. We gonna see all the porn. All right. Cherry says, when I separated from my ex-husband, my sons wanted to go with their father. First, my oldest, then my younger son, when he turned 14, wasn't always a good husband, but he was a good father. I know how it be. I understand that. I understand that. All right. Well. We have another caller on the line. We got another caller. On the line. Caller.
Who could it be?
Caller with the last number 7019. Welcome to the Daily Go Get 'Em Ism Show. But we don't get that out. Just the last 4 digits. We want just to give them the whole number. You know what I mean? Had a whole internet calling. Yeah,
I wanted to make sure it wasn't nobody calling for me. You know what I mean? I'm just look.
All right.
I'm busy.
All right. Caller, thank you for holding. What's on your mind this evening?
I just wanted to comment on the meaning of divided and separation. And honestly, the words are synonymous. However, it does depend on the context of which you use the word. So, because another definition for divided is also, it would depend on whether it was related to a disagreement or what a person's intentions are. So, although the words are synonymous, you may not use them interchangeably depending on the context of the conversation or whatever it is you're saying.
All right. Well, they are definitely synonymous with each other. But like when I say synonymous, I don't mean like when somebody sends you a note, but they don't sign it and you don't really know the address or nothing like that. Not that synonymous. Are you talking about that synonymous?
No.
All right. Because some people spell that with an A. But no, I'm be serious. No, honestly, yeah, I think that
so basically the difference is, based on your title and what you want this conversation to be. The difference would be whatever the intention is. So I mean, that would be the difference. If it was something negative, or let's say there was a fight or something and you wanted to divide them and there was no intention on reunification or ever being friendly again, then I would say that would be divided. But if it's separated, but the families still commingle or still have love for each other or get together, the kids get together, then I say they're separated because it's not, indefinitely.
Right. The division part is like more, is leaning more towards like negative, like it's not a good, to me,
exactly.
with this topic anyway,
I've never been divided from somebody and it was a good thing. I'm just saying.
I agree.
Yeah.
Except maybe math.
Yeah, you're right.
That
was long separation.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Division.
Yeah.
Division.
It was hard. It was hard. You know what I mean? But that was after I learned my times tables. But yeah. I think that when most people, and I can't say everybody, but I think when a lot of people use the word,
always good at math.
I was all right. I ain't like to practice at it, but I was good when I practiced at it. I was pretty good at it.
I used to surprise myself. Sometimes I get an A, sometimes I wouldn't.
I did math a little bit different because I was always better at memorizing, but you're not supposed to do that.
No.
So right up until we got to the show your work part, I was like, look, I got the answer. Right. You like, I got the answer. Exactly. She's like, but how I know you didn't cheat off the other boy? I'm like, because he wrote too much shit. Like, I just got the answer. You know. Look, the answer is 4. Right. The answer is 4. But yeah, like when you talk about dividing, when you talk about dividing people, when you talk about dividing friends, keeping people divided, you often speak about not allowing them to come together, not allowing them to interact, not allowing them to learn from each other, not allowing them to blend, and definitely not allowing them to make that decision for themselves. That I think that's the biggest thing about it. When you divide somebody, you don't allow them, or there is usually a clear intention not to allow them to learn something that will bring them together. Like let's say if you're stealing from 2 people, you're not going to keep them separated. You're going to keep them divided because once they get to talking, like, wait a minute, he asked you for money to buy a 4-wheeler. And how much did he get from you? He said that it cost $4,000. Like, all right, well, I gave him $4,000. But you say how much did he get from you? $4,000.
Yeah, Troy did that with me and Mommy today. He asked Mommy for some money. Then he asked me for some money.
But he didn't keep y'all divided.
He didn't ask us together.
Okay. He asked y'all separated. He asked y'all separately. He was like, look, if y'all want to discuss the money that y'all both gave me, that's all y'all. You know what I mean? But right now I'm about to go get high. Y'all can fight amongst yourselves and shit. Y'all made this decision. Exactly. I asked you for the money. I ain't stick you up.
It was like this.
I ain't stick you up. This thing could have went a whole different way.
Right. He he was over there with Mommy, and I was over here, coming out of the house.
Yeah.
And
he played on the sympathies of both of y'all.
You know what? He I don't know what he got from Mommy, but I know he got something from me.
Well, I got word
Mommy
of it.
Was like,
I know what he did.
Mommy was like, did you give him some money? I was like, yeah, I had to give him something. But see,
the part that y'all didn't discuss, which would bring y'all together and head towards a greater understanding. He asked you for money for some weed. He asked Mommy for some money for some beer. So it's not.
No.
It's different.
No.
Shit.
No, he asked me for some money for some cigarettes.
Same thing.
Okay.
It was for smoke.
Yeah,
It was for smoke.
or something.
Yeah.
Can
Or something.
Can I go and get something to drink? My mouth is dry.
Yeah, go ahead.
Excuse me, y'all.
I have to authorize this leave. Which way you going? Oh, okay. So yeah, y'all. Yeah, when it comes to the whole separating and dividing thing, if you've ever known somebody that really had malicious intentions, somebody that always like to see a lot of drama happen, that likes to keep people, going at each other's necks and things like that, then you start to see the clear difference between separating and dividing, because it can become crystal clear, like what the intentions of somebody is. Like, oh, okay, so you're gonna keep like if it was a situation. Let me talk to the caller. If it's a situation where you're keeping two enemies from each other because you know that they might harm each other and they might get other people involved, and it can cause like a bunch of chaos and a lot of trouble for people. It may even come down to violence or people having to go to court and getting the law involved and all that kind of stuff. It's probably, well, let me ask you, would you call that dividing people, or would you call that separating?
I would call it separate.
Okay. What about you?
I would call
it. All right. What about you, Caller?
I would say divided because you don't want them commingling. Like, you don't want them to ever be together in the same space.
Okay.
If I understand your the first part, you said they were both enemies, right?
They were enemies with each other.
So
they couldn't get along.
Yeah,
right.
but
me.
Go ahead.
So me being the middle person, I would want to divide them because I wouldn't want them to ever be together.
Okay.
Ever.
Okay. So you say ever. So you don't think that there was any chance for them to experience a form of growth that will allow them to start to accept each other, or at least be able to be cordial towards each other?
Well, that wouldn't be something that I would come to a determination on my own. If either of them suggested that that's what they want and asked me to facilitate that, then yeah. But other than that, if they express being an enemy, it depends on the level of friendship that I have with the two of them individually, and whether I thought it was necessary for them to even be friends again, or to talk to each other.
Mm-hmm. Okay. In this example, I would consider that to be a separation too. Like, I'm going to keep them separated, and I say that because I would like for them to get a chance to come together at some point.
Yeah, because you feel there's feelings involved.
Yeah,
it may not be feelings in between the two of them, but you care for the both of them.
Yeah.
So it's not like there's any a division. To me, sounds like more like more malice, like you said. Yeah,
and I might need to keep them separated in the same space. Like, right. let's say we around the corner.
Wouldn't that depend on why they were enemies to begin with?
It definitely it's definitely situational. And of course there would be circumstances that would either heighten, well, should I say, give me greater cause to separate them, or give me optimism that they could probably be together. But what I was about to say was, I might have to keep them separated in the same space. For example, like neighborhood kids who live on different blocks or whatever, and they've been beefing with each other. like Pulaski Town versus the Hollow or something like that, but we have a common playground or park involved. So let's say instead of Pulaski Town being in the project playground, maybe they wanted to go to Fern Hill, and the Hollow goes up in Fern Hill. So even though Fern Hill is technically Happy Hollow, it kind of ain't. You know what I'm saying? So both of them could be in the same space, but it might be like, listen, I'm only gonna let Pulaski Town go, play on the basketball courts at this time, to that time, and then Happy Hollow, let them do their thing, so it won't be all this fighting and fussing and trying to intimidate each other and instigating a negative situation. So although they're in the same space, I had to keep them separated. But I see how you could say that actually you kept them divided. It's a slippery slope.
Well, that's definitely situational, because in your first example it was very vague. Now, if you ask very specific things like, okay, these are two people and they may have been at odds for, something that wasn't all that serious, and I'm the mutual friend of the two and I care about both of them, and so at some point you would want them to be friends again if you're going to be in the middle, right? But again, that's a close situation. If it was something like rival gangs or something, and somehow you want to put them in the same room, are you separating them or are you dividing them? Like, that's something that you would really have to consider because of the situation. So.
True. Well, listen, I need to ask you a question, and it's kind of personal. So if I'm overstepping my bounds, please, by all means, let me know, or you don't have to answer this. Okay.
You overstepping your bounds.
All right. All right.
Go ahead.
Okay. Well, let me ask you another question then. Have you ever punched somebody in the face for stepping on your sneakers? Just be as honest as you possibly can. Just let me know. Pair of shell tops, top 10s, Nike Airs.
No, I've never punched anybody in the face, but I have pushed somebody really hard.
For stepping on your sneakers.
For stepping on your sneakers, right?
Yes.
All right. So you understand totally what I'm talking about when I talk about division and separate. so I mean, we can wrap this show up. It's almost 8:30 anyway. But that's exactly what I'm talking about. If you ever punched somebody in the face for stepping on your feet, whether it hurt or they just messed up the leather, then you understand what I mean by separating and dividing. And you also understand what I mean by long division. You also understand what I'm talking about when you talk about the meaning of pi. And anyway, there comes a time. Listen, there comes a time in your life where you have to choose sides. Now, sometimes like in a family or in a familial situation, whether it's biological or non-biological, sometimes you may have to keep some things separated, some people separated in order to be together with both of them. You know what I mean? When factions are warring and you're looking for peace, but both warring factions are telling you to join their part of the war, it's going to be a stressful situation. And although you may try to take the Libratic approach, and when I say because Libra is always trying to,
you know this.
Yes, you gotta
making up words.
You gotta get real astrological. You gotta get astrological. Right, when you try to take the Libratic approach to it, it can sometimes make you the enemy. You know what I mean? Because they ain't trying to hear that diplomacy shit. Like look, I don't like them, so we don't like them, right? Exactly. But Debo. I mean, rest in peace, Debo. But yeah, it's a tough situation when you are trying to keep the peace with somebody, or even if you're not even trying to keep the peace, but you're just trying to keep people from getting hurt. You know, people who don't have anything to do with it and people who have a lot to do with it. It's just, it's a stressful situation, and it can seem very unfair to the people that are involved. We got to get ready to get on up out of here. Listen, Carl, I really appreciate you calling in. I really, really appreciate you calling in. You, though, not the first one was I. He was I. You know what I mean? I ain't mad at him. He was I. You know what I'm saying? Yo, you I. You know what I'm saying? But I really appreciate you calling in. I appreciate your insight, and I appreciate your participation. And I hope to hear from you again. You do the damn thing. Holla back.
No problem.
All right. Peace to you. All right. So we got to do these birthday shout outs. We have some birthday shout outs to do. Some people were born on this glorious. See, they go birthday shout outs. Glorious.
Is that Maribel?
April 23rd, and they deserve to be acknowledged. So let's go about our business of acknowledging them and making them feel special, because they are special, because they are special, because they are S-P-E-C-I-A-L. They get the R-E-S-P-E-C-T. They are S-P-E-C-I-A-L. They get the R-E-S-P-E-C-T. They are, you know what, here, take this. They are S-P-E-C-I-A-L. They get the R-E-S-P-E-C-T. They get number one out the box.
60 seconds.
Number one out the box, Mabel Lopez, turning 33 years old today. And also Aaliyah War, turning 29 years old today. And Diane Chamberlain Williams Brantley, happy birthday to you. And Shangles Jules, turning 50 years old today, 71, baby. And also Michelle Jules, who is actually Shangles Jules, you know what I mean? She be selling jewelry. She be selling jewelry. And my little sis Jessica Bowman, that's Smoke wife. Turning 32 years old today. Happy birthday to you. And my girl Evangeline Ames, aka Vanjie Ames. Happy birthday to you. And she's raising money for the American Heart Association. Yay!
10 seconds.
And my girl going all the way back to the 1982, Monique Wells. That's the girl used to call Little Melody when I was in 7th grade.
Monique.
Yeah. And
Melody.
And last but not least, certainly not least, my girl Angelique Brooks. Happy birthday to you. I want to say happy birthday to all of you and anyone else out there who shares this birthday on this glorious April 23rd, anywhere out there in the world, worldwide, internationally, and universally. All of y'all go ahead and turn up, but don't turn up too loud. Just turn up loud enough so everybody can hear you. Rock out, rock on and do the damn, the rock out, rock on, do the damn, rock out, rock on and do the damn thing. You do your thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings. You do your thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings. Good things happen to those who wait. Great things happen to those who grind, and anything can happen to those who go for theirs. So go hard, go for yours, and remember, listen, man, listen. Separating and dividing and separating and dividing and separating and dividing. Yeah, you do the damn thing, and these niggas stop hating, separating and dividing, separating, rating, dividing, separating and dividing, separating. You gotta come together, get your cultures together, stop hating, separating and dividing, baby. A separating, baby, and divide, baby. A separating, baby, and divide, baby. A separating and divide. Yo, we ain't gotta separate, divide. We can get together, cultures start to collide, and we start to get together and bring the babies right into each other's face and give them space, baby. Take up space, baby, and we do this. You and I in this place, baby. I got my big sis sitting right on my left, and to y'all looks like the right, but we is like, aight, it's gonna be okay. Yeah, today, yo, you get yourself off of this camera. No way. And I'm glad you came on through. I wish I had a new co-host every time night. You should come through on a regular basis. You ain't trying to come through on no Delaware all the time. You know what I mean? Not for free anyway. We gonna get this cash up, get the money up. Everything is gonna be all right. I ain't paying for no gas though. You good? Yo, everything's gonna be all right. Yo, I see your positivity inside, and we're gonna break it down at the count of 10. You are my best friend. Yeah. Peace to all my day ones, my everydays, and my brand news.
Nice.
Love y'all to death. Resuscitate y'all. Love y'all back to life.
Bye, y'all.
I want to thank you for coming through. You know what I mean? You all right. You don't stink or nothing. That's good. You washed up.
You smell like
Did you put my washcloths in the hamper?
no.
I know you ain't washed before you came in.
Shut
Ain't
up.
no way. Ain't no way you did
Shut
that.
up.
Anyway, it's all
Maybe
good.
Drink some,
It's
drink
just-
some vegetables. You're making me hungry over
Yeah.
here.
Yo.
Drink some vegetables.
So listen, we be back on y'all tomorrow at 11 o'clock for the Urban Therapy with Sun show. So make sure y'all come through. Everything is gonna be all right. Y'all be safe. Listen, I know a lot of y'all have gotten the vaccine. It doesn't necessarily mean that you could take off your mask. It doesn't necessarily mean that you should go around people who are strangers who you don't know their health regimen or whatever they have going on. We still have to make sure that we protect ourselves. Shout out to my girl, Saida Cobras Kareem. She's battling the COVID right now. So people are still getting that shit. So, you know what I'm saying? So protect yourself at all times like a boxer would do. You know what I mean? And make sure that you still practice social distancing. You know what I mean? We don't want to see none of our people out there getting sick. No more. We got to make it. Listen, next week will be the 1st of May. So we on our way to Memorial Day, and hopefully we can come together and be healthy the way we weren't able to do last year. So I holler back, man. Thank y'all for coming through. So we're gonna get on up out of here. So Blog Talk, we're gonna get rid of y'all first. We go bye-bye. You go bye-bye, Blog Talk. You go bye-bye. Okay.
Thank you for using Blog Talk
And on the
Radio.
Instagram
Goodbye.
side, thanks for coming through, y'all. My Instagram is Five Slammer Jammer. Peace. All right. And for my YouTubers, y'all know, don't forget to share the show. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to share the show, man. Push that like button. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. Y'all, the like button. Peace. Say bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
All right, peace.